Hello everyone, today we're going to be looking at Manshooter, so realistic it hurts. And in a sense, this is true in today's market of video gaming, well, to an extent. There is a bit of a gimmick, I don't know if you want to call it a gimmick or if it's a joke or what have you. It's pretty funny, but it kind of can get annoying if you play this for extended periods. I played this for about 15 minutes earlier. It'll become more apparent as to why I only played it for about 15 minutes here, but I will say it was pretty funny. So let's get into it. As you can see, it's a first-person shooter premise. Or so it seems. So I suppose we should probably jump right on in here, shouldn't we? I had to wait for my past self to hit the button. Alright, so, corridor. We got a corridor shooter. Interesting dialogue choices. Belligerence works. At that point, I didn't know you could kick in doors. And uh-oh, crash. Yep. It's one of those games that make fun of real games. Have you ever bought an alpha or game that's in development on Steam? Yeah? Yeah, well, I have too. Excuse me. It's a little annoying. And more often than not, we go to the forums. I usually go to the Steam forums, but you can go to any forums, and you'll get a lot of different comments, pretty much mirroring real life right here. A lot of trolls, you got the occasional person who's actually trying to help people, you got the admins usually apologizing, and then you got the one person who goes and gives up the exploits. And yes, the game's whole I loosely call this a game. The game's whole premise is exploiting said exploit to profit. And that is kind of a mainstay. Now, I think I remember reading where you can get past the first initial crash. I never found it, because I'm not very imaginative. But this was basically me trying to test out if this actually worked or not. And, it's pretty successful all in all. So the theory was, if you leave the crash open, eventually you start earning treasure chests. Eventually, when you get enough treasure chests, you can sell them at the marketplace for bucks. And depending on the prices, you can get more or less. They kind of did a stock market looking thing here. I was waiting for 60, so I could actually get one of the more expensive, yeah, I don't know if you want to call those add-ons to the in-game game, or whatever you want to call it. Expansions, skins, I don't know. But yes, 64 bucks, that's good enough. So I figured I'm gonna try Dino Shooter first, because who does not like shooting dinosaurs? I mean, I know I'm not the only one that played like Turok, am I? No. There's only one little thing.
Fuck you!
Yeah, not exactly what you'd call actual dinosaurs. And the collision detection thing, not nearly as good as it could have been. I can't shoot through an open door!
Fuck you!
Okay, now that one's at least viable. You know, soldiers could be yelling. I'm just showing you a bunch of the different ones right now, because, I mean, at this point this was like the mainstay of the game, just to see what all the different little things you could do with it are. I like this one the best, personally.
Fuck you!
Just because the concept of people in shark costumes, that little music in the background, I love that music in the background on that level, it's great. All in all, this game is funny at times, it can be a little annoying, but hey, let's give it some credit here. I don't think this is really trying to be one of those serious games. This is supposed to be one of those joke little experiences, I think. I apologize if that offends the creator, but I got some enjoyment out of this. Obviously not a game you play for long periods of time, but yeah, also if you have more crash windows up, I think I mentioned earlier, the more chests you get, so I was trying to do that, basically. Try and minimize the time. To be fair, that was actually pretty good until they, you know, had human voices screaming. The growls actually did pretty good, though, as far as immersion goes. Gotta give them that. So we have, like, one more area, I believe, after this, which was the horror. And to be fair, I actually did get a little bit creeped out, even though I knew exactly where enemies were going to be. So yeah, I think I read that you can get past the first crash, so there's still a reason for you to try this game. If you want to try and find it yourself, I recommend that you do. Because I was like, are they gonna like shoot me, or are they just gonna sit there, or yeah, they just kind of sat there. But that's about all for today, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I shall see you next time. Farewell until then.